Good afternoon. I'm Laura Rauscher, the Director for Disability Services at Smith College. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the School for Social Work. The School for Social Work is an exciting and fast-paced program. It's amazing, but sometimes it's really challenging. Social work, by its very nature, is challenging because it puts us in touch with people who are most impacted by the world's complex social problems. Fortunately, at Smith, you're part of a wonderful community of dedicated people striving to bring healing and transformation to individuals and communities everywhere, while also striving to understand and eliminate the injustices that are at the root of so much human suffering. Efforts to promote social justice require a better understanding of the multiple identities that we hold and the issues that plague our many communities. Our success depends on our ability to do this work in inclusive, intersectional, and sustainable ways. This is the reason you've come. One key to work toward disability inclusion at Smith and beyond is to keep accessibility at the forefront of our work and our teaching. A few years ago, SSW embraced a commitment to universal access. That emphasizes an integrated and proactive approach to accessibility and inclusive teaching at Smith in order to assure that we are reaching the widest range of learners. ODS and SSW collaborate in an ongoing way to identify policies and practices that may limit equal access for our students. These efforts can reduce the need for the more reactive approach of arranging individual accommodations. Some of the core elements of universal access at SSW include posting accessible materials on Moodle, including your required readings in accessible formats, captioning all required videos, enabling auto captioning in the Zoom sessions, and recording classes for review later through a streaming app. SSW also provides access to learning specialists for any student who would be interested in benefiting from some academic support. The learning specialist, Jeanette Landry, can assist with things like organization, planning, reading, writing, and presentation strategies, or just be available to provide support thinking through a paper or a project. We also really encourage everyone to take advantage of the writing support available through the Jacobs Center. We have a motto, all writing is improvable, so don't hesitate. ODS holds workshops at the beginning of each semester on skills and strategies for success. If you would like to attend a workshop or meet with the learning specialist, please feel free to reach out to our accommodations coordinator, Lisa Roberge. You can reach Lisa at ods@smith.edu. Or you can write directly to Jeanette Landry at jlandry, JLANDRIE, @smith.edu to make a phone or a Zoom appointment. Another option this summer is to arrange a consultation with our peer assistive technology advisor. Students striving for new and efficient ways to complete their work may wish to learn more about assistive technology. These solutions might include text-to-speech screen readers, mind mapping software, voice recognition software, and note-taking apps. Please feel free to schedule a consultation with our assistive technology advisor through ods@smith.edu. For students needing specific accommodations related to their disabilities, you can register with the Office of Disability Services in order that we can work out a plan. Typical accommodations that students might request include extended time for projects and papers, permission to take breaks from screen time, access to accessible books, or other specific accommodations on a case-by-case basis. To register with ODS, please complete the Accommodation and Services Request Form and the Release Form on our Disability Services website. You can also write to Lisa at ods@smith.edu and ask her to send the forms to you. We welcome medical or educational information and testing if that's available about your disability, but that should not be a barrier to coming forward, reaching out to us, at least for a conversation. If you're unsure as to whether you have a disability, you're also welcome to come and have a conversation with us. Let's think it out. If you're unsure as to what you need, you can still come and see us. Students experiencing a crisis or challenges beyond the ODS accommodations may want to meet with the SSW Dean, Marcia Pruitt, to discuss other kinds of options. Students needing specific accommodations during their time in the field must complete the accommodation request form, identifying the need for both academic accommodations during your field year and accommodations for your specific placement. This should be discussed and planned out as soon as possible with the field office and with ODS so that your needs can be considered right from the start. Please be aware that summer accommodations that have been granted do not automatically translate to the field year. And any accommodations that have been arranged for your placement do not automatically translate to the academic projects, and vice versa. Please request accommodations for each aspect of the field year as appropriate, so we can make sure that we've addressed each thing individually. It cannot go without saying that the work we do at Smith and in the world sits in the context of persistent structural forms of oppression: racism, sexism, colonialism, homophobia. Just like those, ableism tied to capitalist ideals of productivity and white supremacy is often difficult to recognize because it undergirds our system of social organization, a system that values and privileges certain bodies, minds, and emotional states while devaluing and disadvantaging others. This can result in discrimination, exclusion, resource limitations, segregation, and violence against people with disabilities, especially disabled people of color. Ableism has an impact on human relationships and on our relationship to the self, especially when we measure ourselves and others against mythical and impossible standards of productivity, beauty, intelligence, physical strength, and emotional capacity. Smith School for Social Work strives to understand ableism and its connection to our anti-racism commitment. Disability and health conditions disproportionately experienced in Black and Brown communities cannot be uncoupled from the history of scientific racism and chronic health inequities. It is estimated that as many as half of all victims of police violence are also people with underlying health conditions or disabilities. We recognize that ableism may be something students encounter and need to navigate through during their placements and their work with impacted clients. We encourage you to bring any concerns or questions that you have to your academic advisor during the summer term and to your field advisor during your time in the field, and back to the college as necessary for more support. The Sotomayor Fellows can also be a great resource for thinking these issues through. Students Impacted by Ableism is a group that has met usually once a week in previous years throughout the summer. Please let us know if that's something you'd be interested in. If anybody's interested in helping coordinate that group, that would be wonderful. It's intended to be a student-led group for support, for educating the community, for connecting with other anti-oppression efforts on campus, and we look forward to your engagement. Thank you for listening to my presentation today, and please feel free to be in touch if you have any questions or concerns, or simply just looking for someone to connect around disability community and others doing this important work. Thank you.